and d12.
That is 2 successes with an 8 max.
Okay.
One success.
Only one success. So you guys will get closer to, I'm not really sure what these structures are, but you will get closer to the office. And the one who gets the closest is Martin, since he's got 2 successes. So it's the summer, and they don't have air conditioning, so the windows are open. The lights are on inside. You can hear the humming of the electricity. Okay? And there's 2 people there. And they're talking in hushed tones. As you get closer, there appear to be 2 men and 2 voices that you've not heard before. And one of them mutters something like, I think you're being a little too extreme here. Sure, there's always talk about the workers have nothing better to think about, but how they'd much rather just be sloughing off and goofing off and working less hard. I don't think we really need to go to such extreme measures. And the other voice will say, "Sir, with all due respect, you're new to this kind of position. These earthy folk, they're not like the hardworking, industrious, college-educated people that you might be used to in the city. These people, they don't respect anything other than a show of authority."
Bart, of course, gasps under his breath.
The deeper voice will say, "Look, I appreciate your concern, but I've as much as you think you have more experience than me, boy, I've been running operations like this since you were in diapers, and I don't appreciate you speaking with me the terms. So much for if you guys are such great detectives, why can't you tell us what really happened to Rags? Because I've seen that, and that's not a mining accident. We need to close the beaches. I mean, wait, sorry, I let something sneak in there. We can't risk closing the mine, not when we're so close. You haven't. It's been days, and you haven't found anything. Why do we even have you employed in the first place? I'm high-minded to get one of my college-educated boys to come in here and find out what caused that, because you certainly don't know.
And my ears perked up. Me.
You're catching bits and pieces of that. So yeah, none of you guys. Well, actually, with only one success, you'll fall back a little bit when one of the figures goes to the window. The older, gruffer voice goes to the window. You can see it's a very tall man. It's a lion, and but he's old enough that he's got gray at the temples. And he goes to close the window. After he closes the window, he throws his cigarette out the window so it can extinguish in the gravel outside, and then closes the window. Then there's a muffled conversation that you guys can't make out very well. And if you hang around for a bit, you will see a figure leave the shack. It is a smaller person, not the lion figure you saw earlier. And he's walking across the great open, there's a large open gravel expanse where they can, maneuver trucks around. And there's like a pile of like rock that I guess is detritus rock there that they load on trucks during the day and move away. Mm-hmm. So that figure is crossing the lot and heading to a parked automobile. Do you take a shot? Do you follow him? What do you
do? Well, we still want to get in on the body, but it sounds like this guy's already had a good look at it. But the idea is to get the evidence.
Okay, so you stay committed to the prize of the Inferno.
Right, Martin will stay committed.
Right, unless James something like that, the figure gets in the car, starts it up, and drives away, leaving the place mostly in darkness.
So where's the
Did the figure
infirmary?
inside ever turn off the light to that room or leave that room?
He's still in there. You can hear muffled conversation, a muffled one-sided conversation. Either he has a telephone or he's gone insane.
Hmm. Well, you know. Well, no, I don't know.
Manny's
This is
going
a
to
tough
grab
one.
both of you and say, "Get down."
Up, down.
I knew the Flints were around here somewhere. Didn't you see that over there? He says, pointing at a patch of darkness in the silos of the mining buildings.
Probably all the better we didn't just cross open ground.
No, we can't risk, being this close. We've come so close. Now, if you guys can go down, we can go ahead and go over there. Just, I don't know, like, normally the Flints are like, make a show of being security with lights. They're just trying to catch us. I just know it.
Tell you what, this window, I'm not sure I heard it have a lock. Did I?
No, but what are you going in there for? It's just a bunch of rich fat cats discussing ways to bleed us more dry.
Oh, I thought this was the place with the body.
No, this is the head office that you wanted to snoop at.
Okay, well, we heard the
The
snooping.
body's over there, he says.
Oh, yeah, let's go over to the body building. That's the one we need to get to.
Okay. So you guys break away and start heading towards the body building. I need both of you to roll mind and observation. And if you have danger sense, you get an extra d12.
All right, well, don't have danger sense. He did literally warn us that people are watching.
Yeah, but you're also in the darkness.
That is true. Do have one success on a 5.
Jesus.
Okay. James, you will you have focus and you can shoot. What do you want to have in your hands when a figure ambushes you?
A flashlight.
A flashlight. I might also point out you do have a camera. You could have the camera that requires.
Okay. You said when somebody ambushes me. So
Right.
I was
And Martin,
I was thinking of hitting someone with that. A camera is you can't hit somebody with.
I know, but you're also the debunker here. The problem we've had is every time we fought every time a monster or something weird appeared, you haven't had your camera out.
Okay, camera it is. Oh, I thought you meant ambushed by a Pinkerton. Okay, camera it is.
And as far as Martin, he has his fist, which isn't great to counter with.
All right.
That's
Well,
what
you
he
guys
has.
are not surprised when suddenly a large figure looms up out of the darkness. Okay. It is very large. Yeah, I love Dante. You can hit him with a camera. The figure like looms up. It you're not sure how, but it has these like glittering irregular orb type shapes where a pair of them where eyes might be, and then that's followed by a lot more shapes which you realize there's an entire mouth filled with cavernous teeth.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
James, you have focus because you have rolled so well on your initiative. You could spend that focus, take a single action. You could take a picture. You could
Take a picture.
run away. You could do something else.
Take a picture.
All right. Go ahead and make a roll of speed because you're in a hurry. Craft because it's a skill of working with machines. And if you have photography, you get a bonus D12. I don't think you actually have photography.
No, and I only have body for craft.
Well, speed craft.
Oh, speed, right.
You're in a hurry. All right.
The least shaky photograph known to man.
That might be a solid picture. All right. As the creature's action, it does a scare stunt. Manny screams hysterically as Manny, who doesn't scream hysterically, he has too much sense, makes a choked noise and is totally frozen with terror. I will now sweep to Martin.
Ha! I have guts.
Good, because you're gonna want to roll it.
All right, so it's going to be body, will, presence.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not looking good, but here's my guts roll. That comes out to a 7 tops. It's beaten by this 10.
I have a 10, but I don't have 2 successes. I only have 1. So you become panicked.
Ah!
That is the monster's action. It jumps out and scares the crap out of both of you. Your turn. Wow, for once, James actually isn't scared, and you got your picture. What would you like to do, James? You could try to rally your friend. You get 2 actions. So you could rally your friend, you could move, you could pull out a weapon. What would you want to do?
It's like I'll try to rally James. Like, I think we gotten what we came here for.
Make a roll of will and tactics. Do you have tactics? Because you're a deer.
Yes, I do, and I have rallying as a favorite.
Oh, cool. Roll. You may
Where are the
one
2
more.
rally masters?
Okay. Yep. Well, pack animals. That is 1 success, and you can roll again because that will die came up 1, so you can re-roll it because it's favored.
Excellent. That is 2. I'm definitely not panicked anymore, I think.
Yeah, is that 2 successes?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I believe that's enough to good enough to remove rally and then add focus, or to remove panic and then add focus, right?
I believe so.
All right, congratulations, you have focus. But before you use that, James, you have a second action. What would you like to do with it?
Yeah, this. Yeah, I'm not taking my chances.
After you said taking your chances, you cut out.
I'm not taking my chances. I'm running.
Okay, so you then turn around and run away.
Yeah, it's like I think we gotten for Ricky there. I think we should get out of here.
And then he lets his feet do thinking. Martin, it's you and Albright here.
I can't help but notice that Albright is panicked in frozen in place. Is he actually going to be able to move when he comes to this?
Albright is terrified.
Ooh, I'm not sure I can actually remove that, can I?
Mind and negotiation, and it's a stunt.
Oh, negotiation. I'm no good at that. I have inspiring words.
You have 2 actions. What would you want to do? 3 actions because you have focus.
Yeah, and focus. I'd love to try to rally him out of that, but rally won't get him out of terrified.
It will not.
This thing is a big problem, and it's here. Let's see. I think I definitely don't want to be in melee range of this. I want him to at least give chase. So I'm going to go ahead and take a guard action with my focus, just so I have it.
Right. So you guard.
I'm going to go ahead and start running away, and I will also try to hide in the darkness.
That's also a stunt, but roll speed and evasion.
All right, so speed and evasion. I almost have that prepared. Here we go. Speed evasion. 1 success. So I am now guarded, reeling, and hiding. And further away from it.
Okay. Manny tries to move, but can't because he is thrilled with fear. The monster descends upon Manny, scoring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
Manny is overkilled. The creature descends upon him, and all of those glowing teeth bite into his body. He is cleaved in half, and his legs stay in the air for a little bit. That long weasel torso oozing vital fluids before they fall over. It's a good thing you ran away, because if you were within 3 paces of this, you would have become panicked again, because that is a horrible kill.
Right, Martin doesn't get to see it happen, but he hears it and he goes, "No."
Oh,
I
you
just
you
met
saw
him.
it. You just saw it from a distance.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if James saw that thing cleave him as well, or if he's just
The creature seems a little occupied masticating on Manny.
That's what I meant. Would James have seen this?
James saw this, and I mean, Martin, you will hear that. You will.
Yeah.
That noise is going to haunt you from. You look. Also, you're a deer, so your eyes on the sides of your head. You can vaguely see what's going on there. But you got your photo. Martin, do you want to keep running, or do you want to do something else?
I've already used up all my actions. This is a new round, though, isn't it?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I meant James. James, you're out in the open. Do you want to, James? Do you want to keep running, or do you want to do something else?
I'm not going to do anything until I am out of decide that.
Are you going to run for the road, which the car went down, run back to the forest to find the secret trail that you came up here with Manny, or are you going to run somewhere else?
What's my best?
I can't answer that for you. Speaking on behalf of the monster, your best bet would be to stand here out in the open motionlessly. What's your well, your motto is you've got to get proof of this. You've got one photo. You want to stop and take another photo?
Well, I'm probably far away enough, and I'll probably need evidence that the thing killed him.
So you're gonna take another photo.
Yep.
All right. I need another roll of mind and craft.
Did you say speed and craft or mind and craft?
Oh, sorry, speed and craft. Speed and craft.
Well, I failed.
We only rolled. Oh, you don't have any craft. Yeah. So you try to take another photo and you fumble the film. Because this is a physical camera where you put the film in and you jerk, like pulling the film off in the emulsion, and then an infrared flashbulb goes off. The infrared flashbulb is invisible to naked eyes. However, when the bulb goes off, apparently the monster can see the light because it turns and looks at you. Oh, why am I laughing? Speaking of things that are funny, Martin, what are you up to?
Quick question. There's supposed to be people on guard in this area, and someone just got brutally, viciously mauled to death. I wonder if anyone's coming out.
So do you want to continue hiding?
Yes. In
All right,
fact, getting closer towards that medical building sounds like just the thing to do.
You can hide, which is stay where you are and not roll any dice and stay hidden, or you can sneak, which is to roll speed and evasion and move to another spot.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and move to another spot. And
Roll
get
your
closer to
speed
where I
and
want to be.
evasion. Don't roll all zeros or the monster. Okay, good.
I even have 2 successes.
All right. Well, whatever Martin did has attracted the attention of the monster. It begins to move. Even though it has a rough humanoid shape, it has unusually weird hands. I would describe whatever this creature is as some kind of perhaps like ambulatory reptile with sort of overlapping scales. But now that your eyes have adjusted to the light a little bit, the creature isn't solid black. The light is reflecting off of its back as if it's made of some kind of black glass, like obsidian or something like that.
What on earth could that be?
That's something that you a little bit before it starts moving towards our poor hero here.
So it's immediately spotted me out.
No, it's moving towards James.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, James has.
I'm sorry, you said my name last, so I assumed it was moving towards me, and that caused me a great deal of concern.
James has all of the attention. James, it covers most of the distance towards you, but not all of it to get in melee range. It drops to all fours. shakes its head violently, and bits of what's left of Manny fall out, and then it starts running towards you. Martin, it is now your turn. Do you want to take another photo and run, or do you just want to run? Or do you want to
Run.
All right. I need you to make a roll of body, speed, and athletics. If you tap your coward, you will become panicked, but you would get a bonus d12 to your runaway roll. Remember that many monsters are sensitive to fear and gain extra powers against those who are panicked.
I'll probably do the T12 just in case.
Okay. Flight or flight? Oh, it's flight time. All right, go ahead and roll. 1, 2. Waiting for the extra d12.
Oh, right. I thought I would use it just in case, like if I rolled all zeros.
Oh, okay. So you didn't tap it. My bad. Okay, so 2 successes. So you turn around and run with the creature hot on your heels because it's also rolling 2 successes on body, speed, and athletics. It moves really fast on all fours. The two of them start running away. Martin, are you still headed towards the infirmary?
Yes, I am. Do I need to move even closer?
I'm going to go ahead and take away the rolls for right now because the creature is obviously running off after Martin. After James, and you are headed towards the infirmary. If there's signs of anyone, that was a loud noise, but it was kind of like a loud jibbing noise, not a loud gunfire noise. So if anyone might have heard that, you can't tell. But you head off to the darkness towards where Manny had told you where the infirmary is. Meanwhile, back at the bar, Dante and Zomek have cleaned up their act and are listening to the Soggy Bottom Boys. They are doing stuff. Dante and Zomek, your act is done.
No.
Yeah,
Actually,
I thought we
said
already
as soon as-
left.
Yeah,
Right,
as soon
well,
as the act was done, I
well,
told Dante
I'm
we had to
rolling back a
go.
little bit. Your act was done. You collect your money, and then after that was done, when you was done, you're going to go ahead and head up the hill.
Yep.
All right. You could either try to go through the woods to head up the hill, or you could try to get some. You could head up the road, but walking up the road means walking far away, and then it's one of those like zigzag winding roads, so it's not over a 5-degree incline.
Ooh, am I over my fear of woods? You know what? I think I am because I have the ability to see it in the dark. So.
Right. Because I mean, you could also take the truck, but the truck is not, pretty
Stealth
slow
truck.
enough. So you guys if you want to go up through the woods, it's going to be a roll of body, speed, evasion, and athletics. And yes, your D12 climbing would help you since this is 45 degrees in a lot of places. Sadly, you do not get the bonus die from Manny. Not here.
You said body, speed, athletics, and evasion?
Yes, unless you want to be seen.
Hold on. I don't know what I just. That's sorry. Some reason my soak roll came out. I guess I was expecting danger.
Unless you guys have an unusual ability you want to use to scale the mountain faster.
No, that's cool. I got like 5 on this, so that's the first part, and then that's the second part.
Okay, so 2 successes.
3 successes.
Wow. There's no point in burning one since you only have 3 successes. You guys start heading up the hill. At the same time, Martin's gonna be heading. Not Martin. James is gonna be heading down the hill. Because you're being chased by a horrible monster, I'm going to need a body, speed, evasion, and athletics roll, and I will give you a bonus D8 because you've done this before. Manny might not be here, but you have familiarity with this. Yeah, and there were no loud noises, so I doubt you guys heard anything there. No one's fired off a gun.
Oh, should I make my ESP roll to be able to see in the dark? You want me to do that?
Only if you invoke the supernatural power of ESP.
Of course. My power die is a D4 now, by the way, since I rolled that 1 early on in the session.
Okay, well, go ahead and invoke the power of ESP.
Alright, I can see in the dark, nothing can hide from me, etc., etc.
All right. You see a lot more of the creatures of the night. You know, there'll be a brief moment while James is running through the woods, and he'll freeze, and he'll see a feral deer, and they'll look at each other and share a moment of confusion and body dysmorphia. Then the deer will run away. James will run the other way. A monster will come after them. Right.
Did you
So
see
that's
my
why.
evade?
But James only has one success. That's not.
I have a favorite for Heidi.
Why don't you reroll one?
I'll reroll the d6. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So I want you to imagine like this cliff here, where suddenly like where James is running, and like the creature like barrels around the corner, twice as large as him. Surprisingly quiet for such a large creature. I mean, it's like hitting things and knocking them over, but it's not like the making a truck noise. Unfortunately, it's going to get close enough to James to go ahead and take a swipe at him. James, I believe your only defense against attacks are speed and evasion because you don't have a weapon.
Nope.
Okay. So why don't you make a roll of speed and evasion? You have to decide before you roll if you want to go panicked and get the D12. So do you want to go panicked or do you want to stay frosty?
I'll stay frosty.
All right. Bring it. You have to be a 6.
Panicked would mean you would also run faster afterwards.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's wise to my tricks because lots of monsters get bonus D12s to attack the panic. You as you run, you can hear the creature's breathing, but it's a cliche to say you can feel its breath coming down your neck, but you can't actually feel that. It's just sort of a weird kind of wheezing noise, and every time the feet fall on the ground, it sounds more like a bunch of pebbles being dumped. As if this is not a creature made of flesh. Unfortunately, the bite... Oh, sorry, it lashes at you with the claws, because I have better dice with that. And it clips your ear. That is a 3-point hit. I need you to roll your soak.
Body endurance.
Your soak is body and endurance. Roll those, and every 4 or better will subtract 1 point of damage. Okay, you got me down to 1 point of damage. You must reduce this to 0 or be incapped. You have a panic soak that you can tap that will negate 2 points of damage, and your type gave you another type of soak. What other soaks do you have?
Injury soak and disbelief soak.
Oh, well, you could tap your disbelief soak, which will negate 2 points of damage, and you'll lose your ability to resist magical spells.
Well, I don't think this monster knows spells, so disbelief soak it is.
Well, give me a sucker when you find out what spells I do know. All right, it clips you. Do you scream or do you remain reasonably silent?
I scream. Maybe someone might hear.
I need rolls of mind and observation and a bonus D8 from Dante and Zamek.
1 success.
Normally you would need 2 successes, but you have the power of ESP. So even though you hear the scream, you are able to see through the tree line and see that there are 2 figures running down the hill, one of which is humanoid and the other one is monstrous. Zamek, you also hear that. They are some distance away. They appear to be coming vaguely towards you, but not directly towards you. Armed with this knowledge, what do Dante and Zamek do?
I will fight. I want to try and use psychokinesis. My intent here is to use pyrokinesis to fire a firebolt directly up so I can get their attention.
You
But-
are more than medium range away.
Yeah, I mean not to fire at them. It's a fire. It's basically a firebolt straight up, so that James will know to
Pyrokinesis to
run.
cause a flare.
Oh,
Yeah.
to signal him. That's
Yeah.
a parlor trick. That's way easier to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't sure because pyrokinesis is the one specifically that just says fire. So, all right, that
Right.
works. I'll make the roll though.
But it's PK parlor trick is at one success, and that's doing anything with magic that could easily be explained away and doesn't actually harm you.
All right. Well, I do the flare and then lose my power.
Oh man.
That's fine. I
Okay.
have reckoning soak in case of emergency.
All right.
Do you still have something active?
I didn't roll triple sixes. Nothing weird happened.
Yeah, no, I just rolled a 1 on my power die, which is already a d4.
All right. A flare goes off briefly over here somewhere. Let's see. James, I would like you to make a roll of mind, observation, and a bonus D8 because your friend wants you to see this.
Okay, just a minute.
Zamek, what would you like to do? You see Dante sets off a firework or a flare, perhaps left over from the show, and you heard that sounds like James' cowardly scream. I've heard that before.
All right, I guess I make my way over to where James is to help him out.
I'd like you to make another roll of body, speed, athletics, and a bonus D8 because you know where he is.
Body, speed, athletics, and you said a bonus D8? Okay.
Yep. James, even though you could be traveling down the path and get a bonus D8, your friends, you saw like a flare or some sort of emergency signal go off the path. You could decide to either keep going down the path, which would be body, speed, athletics, and a bonus D8, or you could run towards your friends, which would be body, speed, and athletics. What would you like to do, Martin?
I'd
Oh,
like
not
the
Martin, James. I don't know why I keep saying Martin. James.
I'd like the extra D8, please.
Okay, so you're going to keep going down the path. Go ahead and roll your body, speed, and athletic. And Zamek has 2 successes. All right, depending on how you guys roll on all of them. Meanwhile, Martin.
Actually, I have
making
3
his way.
successes.
Oh, you have 3? Oh, wow.
Yeah, bonus D8. It's a 6.
So you've got 3. James has 2. And I, the monster, have 2. So all 3 of you start converging on the same spot. Since the monster is pursuing and has rolled even, the order of battle that we're going to do right now, because we're going to skip to the next round, the order of battle is going to be now the monster is within medium range of Dante. So, Dante, you have ESP, do you have a range power you want to use? Like a gun.
No, I don't know why everyone asks if I have a gun all the time. I never carry a firearm.
That makes sense. Zamek, you can close with the monster first. I will give you a single action when you close with the monster.
I guess.
Time to use that boxing, right?
You could fight the monster physically. You could try to use that ritual that forces a monster to engage you. You could do something else. You're running towards a monster. I'm not sure what your end game was here. It's about 5 feet tall at the shoulder, but it's on all 4s, so it's actually a lot taller than that.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's going after James.
It looks like it really wants James. It's got lots of teeth.
Hmm. Oh boy.
Hell, that is.
Oh. I will attempt to do the challenge of faith.
All right, go ahead and give me that roll of mind, will, academics, and a D12. Because that's your power die.
Ooh, man, only got 1 success.
That the challenge of faith to be done in a single round requires, was it 3 successes or 5 successes? I think it actually needs 5.
To do it hasty, I'm pretty sure it was 5. I'll look at it real quick.
Yeah,
'cause I
hasty
just
is
about have
5.
it up.
All right, so you run forward and try to cast the ritual. It doesn't go off. The monster attempts to eat James. James, you may go ahead and make your speed and evasion. So this is a running fight. I'm only giving you each one action.
Oops, wrong one.
Yep. Okay. That is a 2 and a 3, and I have a 5 and a 7. No! The creature clips you with the front claws, this time for a whopping 4 points of damage. I need you to roll your body and endurance. Because that you're a soak roll. Okay, you negate 1 point of damage, so there are 3 left. I'm guessing you're going to tap the injury soak.
Yep.
That negates 4 points of damage, or is it 3?
4.
4. All right, and that's a nasty gash. James, on your action, you can see that Zamek is here and is in the woods trying to do something. You're not sure. You could move to where Zamek is and hide behind him. Keep running down the hill, body speed, athletics, and a D8. You could do something else. You could take a picture.
Maybe when this is attracted to something else.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
So give me those. Where are the options?
Well, the things I suggested were you could run to hide behind Zamek. You could move behind Zamek, which isn't a roll. It'd just be you and Zamek have to engage the creature. You could keep running down the mountain trail, or you could do something I haven't thought of.
Zamek.
All right, so you move behind Zamek. Okay. Actually, no one's reeling or anything. Dante, you could try to rally somebody or do something else.
Sure. I will try to rally.
Who do you want to give focus to? Zamek, the killing machine, or James, the photographer?
Well, James is in more danger, I think. So.
All right, say something encouraging.
James, come! You can make it! You can make it!
Yeah, James not only is covered in like tree branches and dirt, but he took a big nasty gash to the back.
The D12
His overcoat
that you listed is from what?
Don't you have leadership?
I do. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't some other bonus.
No, that's the leadership bonus.
Okay. 2 successes.
James, you have focus. You can spend 1 action now or wait till your turn and have 3 actions then. Take another picture if you want.
Take
Or
another
just
picture.
wait. Another picture is a roll of speed and craft. You take another picture. We'll get back to Martin in just a bit. Okay, well, the creature is actually, yeah. So this is gonna go ahead and wind up. Yeah, that I hadn't thought about a soak that saves you to lose all your crime evidence.
That would be hilarious.
There's a disarming soak in the book, so you could argue that if he could lose his camera instead. All right, the monster is going to stop and engage the 3 of you proper. We went through everybody in a weird. Dante just rallied someone. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say Dante start. I'm going to go ahead and start the round. I'm going to start the round with Zamek because he's in the biggest danger. Zamek, the creature like skids in the dust, and it sounds like shale sliding across dust. And you can see it's got a powerful upper body and it has glowing eyes. It looks just like the monster from your meditations.
All right, can I perceive that this is like a spiritual type of magic?
Its eyes glow with an unusual light. It is a mere 3 paces away from you. You could guard and wait for it to get close to you. You could guard and try to cast the right again to see if you could bind it?
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the spiritualism power.
Okay,
I
to do
have.
what?
There's actually apparently a list of effects if I
All right, go
cast
ahead. As your first action, you invoke spiritualism.
Right, so
Spiritualism, I
it's-
believe, is negotiation
mind, will, negotiation, and power.
and power. Do it.
Okay, so one moment. This is the first part, and then I will roll the d12, which is the power die.
You didn't roll a one. You have
that was
3
good.
successes. You invoke a power of 3 or less.
And so the power I will invoke is Spirit Ward 3.
Okay.
I'll post it up here. Because
All
I
right.
kind of feel I'm gonna need this really soon.
Well, here's hoping you
All
guys
right.
a spirit.
Well, that's not an attack. So you get another action.
I guess I at this point there's really no other choice, but I guess I'll just have to attack.
Well, you're 3 yards away. You'd have to close the distance, which would be a move.
Okay, then I guard.
Or you
Yeah,
could guard and wait to
Guard.
see what I do.
I'm gonna guard.
Okay. James, do you want to reload the camera and take another picture or do something else?
Reload the camera, take another picture.
That's another roll. Speaking craft. As many photos as you can possibly get. Dante, what are you going to do?
Someone's got to Blair Witch this, right? I am going to... Is tapping a soak in action?
No, it's not. If you just want to tap Reckoning Soak, poof, you get your power die back in a D6.
Yeah, I want a Reckoning Soak and then Psychokinesis.
All right, bring it. I'm not afraid of you. Wow, I should be afraid of you. That's 6 successes. You're going to tap your personality to try and make it 7, or going to run with that?
Hold on a second. Let me see.
Obliterated in one blow. Do it.
I just want to see what Poltergeist 7 does.
Well, I think you've got Pyro 5.
Well, yeah, but I would Poltergeist 5 if I could.
Does 7 damage instead of 5.
Yeah, I'll tap my personality. I'm not going to get many chances to try and go to 7, so... I am mercurial. My motto is I always have a plan, and I had planned for this eventuality. So let me roll that d12. Alright, 7. Poltergeist 7. I'm going to lift a log, like a fallen tree or whatever.
You have power. Sorry, you have Psychokinesis 7. You can lift a living tree.
Yeah.
Crunch.
And slam it into this thing. Target hit takes 7 points of damage.
Okay, I get to dodge. The bad news is I have tied. The good news is there is no cover that will protect me from your giant tree. So that is a palpable hit. So the creature pauses. Zamek cast the ritual. The spirit ward, my friend. The spirits will protect you. Now, don't worry. All we need is faith. Whoomp. See, I told you that was gonna happen.
See,
Thank you.
don't mess with Dante the original.
That is 7 points of damage. Okay, well, I negate 2 points of damage from all physical sources, no questions asked, because I'm a horrible monster. Wow, where is my soak? Okay.
I don't think that's gonna do it.
I was not prepared for this.
That's not gonna do it. Because I'm less scary. It's going to hit it. The creature is going to stumble, and for a moment you think it's down, and then it's going to burst up out of the bushes and detritus with the cracked the tree broken in half on its back. When the tree hits it, also there's a shower of like dust and rocks and shale, as if you just like smashed into something, a big pile of gravel. But when that dust clears, the creature gets up on one leg, and then shakes its jaws as if it's roaring, but no sound comes out. All it does is spread the teeth. It is still alive. But I had to tap a bunch of stuff. I am not happy.
Oh yeah, it's the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Nobody could have survived that.
I'm less scary now. I no longer get the D12 to murder the panicked, and that was a single action. What would you do with your other action, Dante?
Well, seeing that it's still alive, I'm gonna guard.
Okay. On my turn, as the monster, I am going to move and eat Zamek.
Bring it.
It moves towards you and tries to grapple you with its mighty jaws. Zamek, how will you defend yourself?
I'm sorry?
How will you defend yourself? Are you going to counterattack with a jab, or are you going to dodge with speed and evasion? Your jab defense is body, speed, and all of your fighting dice, plus a bonus D8 because you guarded. Your dodge is your speed, evasion, and a bonus D8 because you guarded.
No, you know what? This thing needs to go down. So yeah, I'm gonna jab at it.
Bring it. I've got a 6.
Okay, and it's just the fighting. You said
It
body,
is body, speed, fighting,
and
and a bonus D8 from the guard.
That's the first part. I have to just beat your roll, right?
Beat it or tie it.
All
That's
right,
a tie.
Yeah, already good.
That tie means we hit each other.
Let me roll the extra D8.
Yeah, maybe you'll exceed it.
No, I won't.
You also have a
Good choice.
personality if you want to roll that, but it's a tie.
Yeah, because I have the soak. I can soak 3 points of damage.
All right, so you will punch it you have 1 success plus 1 from the jab is 2 points. When you punch it, it's like punching a rock pile. I ignore the first 2 points of physical damage, so your jab does nothing to it. I bite you for 3 points of damage, and I own you now. I have grappled you with my teeth.
Okay. I
So you
soak
must
3 points of.
3 points of damage. Do you blow the spirit ward on that?
Yeah, I just blow the spirit ward on that.
All right, the spirit ward is gone.
Actually, wait. A little mechanical question. I do have the gift called Malign Soak.
You could tap the malign soak, in which case I will take 3 points of damage.
You know what? I'm going to do that.
All right, you call upon the malefic ghosts to get to turn the damage around on me. Okay, so it bites you, and you call upon the power of your ancestors, and the teeth shatter when that happens. That shatter goes to the cracked nature that's on its back and the rest of it, and the creature, like, after biting you and the teeth shatter, the creature then splits in half, as I am now dead because I'm out of soaks.
Booyakasha.
James, why don't you roll speed, mind, and craft to take one more picture? I'm giving you your mind because you're not being killed.
Boy, we sure got lucky that tree just fell all of a sudden on its own.
So like that tree uprooted itself and fell 20 feet uphill.
Right. What a coinky thinking. Yeah, this guy should have flossed more, man. You know, dental hygiene is really important.
Yes, it surely was our lucky day. God forbid whatever would have happened to us.
Yeah, I take the picture, and I also take the picture of the tree.
Yeah,
Tree being 20 feet away from the
a fallen tree and rocks carefully arranged, shaped vaguely like a monster. This will totally.
All right, let's go. Let's go Scooby-Doo unveil this thing. Let's walk over to the creature and figure out what it is.
You guys start going over and trying to figure out what the creature is. Meanwhile, back up on the hill, Martin,
Monsterless.
you make it to the infirmary. There's a door. It's locked.
Wow. There are windows.
There are. In fact, the windows on the second floor are open.
You know what? I could go ahead and attempt to climb up there. Maybe. I do have athletics.
The building is a sloped roof, so even though it's a 1.5-story structure, the windows that are open on the roof are transom windows. But there's no air conditioning, and it's 1920s summer. So yeah, if you wanted to climb, that's going to be a goal of speed, athletics, and evasion.
Speed athletics. All right. And evasion as well is very nice.
And do you have climbing or anything weird like that?
Unfortunately not. But let's see. Here we go. That's the athletics, and this is the evasion. That came out to a couple ones, but that's still at least one success.
There's only one success, so you will get into the infirmary. When you get into the infirmary, it is slightly more light over here because there are lights in the compound, some of them lit.
Course.
And you guys aren't in the big open dark area where they're, like I said, the staging area for rock removal. And so you will go ahead and get in there. There are a couple beds in here. One of the beds has a smell of chemicals like formaldehyde. But you only rolled one success, which means you have an inept entry. So as you get closer to it, suddenly the room is bathed in light because somebody flipped on the light switch. Looking over at the wall next to the push button light switch is that bat guy you saw earlier.
Oh no!
He has one hand on the light switch and the other hand on his service pistol.
Well, that's not good for me, but I think this sounds like we're about to start a small conflict if I'm going to go ahead and demand his surrender here.
He is at short range, so he is going, and he has the drop on you. He actually has focus. So when he clicks the light and turns it on, it says, "Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?"
Oh, if he has focus, then yeah, it's just kind of over right there.
Well, you can interrupt me. I could miss.
That is true, but if my goal is to scare him into not doing anything and he shoots anyway, then I've already failed.
You'll probably have to try and trick him or negotiate with him.
That is true. And I will look over at him and go, "You just gonna let this happen? Let people die up here?"
You don't even know what this is.
Well, why don't you tell me then? I think I got a glimpse of it just outside.
I don't need to know what this is. All I need to know is you're not supposed to be here, and no good can come of you being up here. I know. So you better talk fast and give me a reason why I shouldn't finish you as a problem right now.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and go through negotiation. I'm gonna go, because you've already failed. My friends are already going back with all the evidence they need. I was just cleaning up here. If you run now, maybe you'll get down there first.
I'm gonna need you to roll deceit as well as negotiation, because as far as you know, you're telling a lie.
Indeed, and I honestly have neither of them.
Go ahead and roll that will. I sure hope you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have crap tons of questioning dice.
Gee, I sure hope so. I only have a D6 will. I may or may not consider rolling my personality into this.
All right.
I might have to. Since this is the seat,
wow,
I guess
I rolled like ass and only have one success.
I might. Wait, no, I don't have a skill in this. That was just a stat, so I don't even get a chance to specialize and re-roll that.
No, but what's your personality?
To rely on my personality. What is Martin's personality? I didn't actually decide on that. He is definitely very bold and straightforward.
He's at least resourceful, so go ahead and tap it and roll an extra d12.
Let's do it. That's a 12.
What? Ray looks nervous. He licks his lips nervously, and says, "Who sent you? Who do you work for?"
I'll work for anyone, just myself. But it looks like you're probably out of a job after this.
Well, then who are your friends?
Martin will actually stop for a second and kind of shrug. I'll be honest, I just kind of met them one day. But they've been pretty resourceful. And now that the jig is up, there's not going to be any use for you here in town anymore. If you come clean now, maybe they won't drive you out of town.
Ray, because he can, you came in the window and he had a clear path to the doorway. He's going to start moving towards the door and the gun on you the whole time. Do you stop him from going towards the door?
I am not going to stop him. I am not going to risk him shooting me right now.
All right.
In fact, if I can get away with it, I would attempt to take a guard action, like shift behind like a table or a filing cabinet.
You move
interject that between us.
You hide behind the bed that has the corpse on it. Corpse remains dead and morgue shooting.
The corpse can take the bullet.
Yeah. But yeah, Ray's gonna listen to your, he can't come up with a hole in your story and something. Ray moves the door and leaves, leaving you alone.
And Martin's gonna whisper under his breath, "Shit. Well, at least I have the room to myself now." And
there is a sheet over the corpse. Or it might be a corpse. The sheet is kind of, even though it smells of formaldehyde, has weird lumpy shapes underneath it. Do you remove the sheet?
I'm going to remove the sheet and take a look. What do I see?
I need you to make a roll of will and presence.
Oh, gosh. Those are things I'm actually really good at. Thank you.
And an extra D12 if you have guts.
Absolutely.
You've never seen a man shaped in quite this manner before.
I am pretty steadfast after seeing someone else just ripped to shreds. I steel myself.
Yeah, this looks like a horribly mangled. If it's a mining, you're not familiar with mining accidents or anything like that, but this is definitely a horribly mangled.
Right, he definitely didn't fall down a shaft here or something.
He definitely didn't fall down a shaft. Maybe he was caught up in gears or a mulcher or something like that.
Right. Well, I don't have the camera on me. That was James, and he ran off, unfortunately.
Since you steeled yourself, and I know you have mind and observation, you can see that inside the corpse are tiny little slivers of something that might be shed scales. They're like translucent. You rolled well enough that you could actually remove them from the body if you wanted to.
I will go ahead and actually take one and pocket it. But the thing I think I'm interested in is if there happens to be like an autopsy report lying around.
There is not one lying around.
Dang, that is the thing I probably need to bring back as evidence to everyone. Showing off the tooth is slightly less impressive, I think.
Meanwhile, speaking of evidence, while you guys defeated that gunshots, Dante and Zamek, you and James, you can gather up pieces of this rock. It looks like some sort of volcanic rock. I mean, your first guess would be obsidian, except the fact that it's not it doesn't have any of the red flakes or any of those signs. The creature had kind of like a scaled back, kind of like a pangolin, where it was articulated and they came off in sort of irregular crystal formations. So it looked like something like a crystalline lizard thing. Whatever this stone is, it's very hard. Sheer when it broke when you hit it with the tree and whatever malign force you used on it, it sheared into smaller chunks more than just cracking.
I'll gather some.
You gather a bunch of chunks. Write down you have weird monster chunks. Armed with this knowledge, you're in the middle of the woods.
All right, I guess we'll head back to the mining town with our evidence and hope everyone's okay. And And yeah.
All right. I'm not going to make a roll for this. James can show you the path he came up, which is easier than the way you guys were. Martin, do you just go home or do something else while you're up and down the mining camp or something?
Like I said, I do need to find some sort of convincing evidence that the death is in some way responsible by the mining company here. Some kind of autopsy report, doctor's report, any kind of paper information I can flash at people would be really nice.
Make a roll of speed and observation.
Yes, because undoubtedly people may actually come here and deal with me. Let's see. I do need to move this over one. Speed observation. That should be it. One success.
You will find find a filing cabinet that is locked.
Ah, dang it.
It's one of those good, sturdy, fireproof filing cabinets. There are obviously papers inside of it.
Well, I can't exactly pick locks here, but maybe I could try to break it.
Forcing it open will be a roll of body and craft, and you get a bonus D8 because you can find tools to do that. You get a bonus D12 if you had sabotage, which you do not because no one in the party is a thief.
That is unfortunately correct. So I don't really have craft, but I do have the body. So let's go ahead and roll that. That's a D6 and a D8. That is not enough successes. I do not know how to open filing cabinet.
As you are sitting there and jamming letter opener in there, banging around, you will hear the. You are like in the office on the side. You will hear the front door of the infirmary open, and that gruff voice of that guy you heard earlier, the deep face voice man, saying, "Who's in here?"
Ah, dang it. Well, if I am on the second story and they have to come up, assuming
I mentioned it's a 2-story tall building, but it's actually 1 story on the inside and a vaulted ceiling.
Ah, okay. Well, I could maybe. Oh, so I'm technically on the ground floor. If I hop out a window now, I'm not even doing anything.
You could hop out a window if you wanted to. Do you want to run?
I think my time is up here. I'm going to go ahead and run now.
Okay, I need a roll of body, speed, and evasion.
All right. So those are things I'm better at. So body, speed, evasion, and I do have acrobatics as I jump out the window.
I will give you a bonus D12 because you have the acrobatics.
I will take it. And that is a lot of successes today.
That is a clean getaway. You'll get out of this place and I assume return to the mining village later.
That is correct.
Okay, well, Dante, Martin, and Zemek get back first. I guess you pile a bunch of rocks in the back of the truck.
Yeah, I imagine someone's going to want to investigate this. James, I'm sure you know some geeky pencil neck type that has magnifying glass and a chemistry kit.
Well, we know West.
If you had some glue, you could glue it back together and have your own monster.
Herbert West or whatever his name was.
He reanimates things, but mostly he reanimates flesh. This is pretty much a rock monster.
You may have forgotten.
No, you're thinking
Griff.
East right now.
East, sorry, I forgot what your play on words was. Herbert East, or whatever you've named it first. He is the reanimator, but you've given him some sort of weird name.
As you pile the rocks up in there, eventually Martin will rendezvous.
Wow, you guys look
there?
terrible.
Do we?
You okay there, Martin?
Just a little out of breath. Whole mountains. I hate them.
We point to the back of the truck. Yeah, tell us about it.
Speaking of back of the truck and those crates there, I might need to hide in one of those for reasons. And I will look over at James and I will pull out a tooth from my pocket.
All right, and I clap my hands and I start rubbing them. I think it's time for us to make our exit from this town. So let's quickly pack up and mosey on back home.
As you say that, because you guys spent time packing the truck and that sort of thing, there will be a group of 3 people coming towards you with flashlights.
They better be the Soggy Bottom boys.
Zymek was getting in the truck. Are the three of you going to wait to engage them? You're going to run away? What are you going to do?
I'm hiding in the back of the truck.
All right, Martin, make a roll of speed and evasion. James and Dante, do you want to confront these three individuals, or?
Well, I mean, we're here till the truck leaves, so.
Okay.
Oh, I make noise. Oh no.
No, I am loudly getting into the driver's seat and cranking this bad boy up. And
All right,
I'm actually going to go ahead and declare, hey, use for evasion, hiding.
All right. So you guys start getting the truck ready. The three approach you. One of them is a very tall figure, like is a tall cattle with big horns, and he has two wolf guys with him. They have flashlights in their offhands, and they have shotguns, but they have them resting back on their shoulders, so they look threatening, but are not actually aiming them at you. The big bull guy says, "Howdy, boys."
Good evening,
Hello.
sir.
Okay, but apparently, sorry, not howdy, boys. Hello, fellow. Since they only address James for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not from this town. You're that freelance reporter guy, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, standing next here to this truck that's about to start up. We just want to ask you a couple questions, like what you're doing out here at night and what your business is.
Oh, our business has already been taken care of.
Uh-huh. Yeah, can't help but notice that you have a camera on you. You know, considering that we're worried that you might be stealing some trade secrets of the mine, or some other sort of industrial espionage, you know how it is. So maybe if you could just hand that camera over.
I'm sorry, this is confidential. I can't bring it in.
We understand your need for confidence, so we'll be sure to destroy the film.
I'm sorry, I can't give.
I'm sorry to hear that. We here at the Flint Heart Detective Agency don't.
I just booked to the passenger.
Oh, so you just take off, right?
Yeah, like yeah. Fly!
Get him!
They're honking the horn.
I need you to make a roll of speed, evasion, and a bonus D12 because I believe you are tapping coward.
Okay, it's since I just steal it with you, I can do the D.
Wow, we rolled like ass.
So what's it again?
I need you to roll speed, evasion, and a bonus D12, and I need you to roll 4 or better, or you're going to get dogpiled by 3 security guards.
Come on, James. We have faith in you.
Well,
Okay.
you haven't tapped your personality yet, I don't think, have you?
I haven't tapped D12.
What is your personality? Oh, you haven't rolled your D12 yet. There we go. Your cowardice saves you. I only rolled for one of them, but I gave them a tactics bonus because there's 3 of them. So they try to grab you. You jump in the truck. Zamek tries to floor the truck. Zamek, why don't you give me a roll of speed and transport? That is 2 successes. You spray these guys with gravel and dirt. You get a bonus D8 to escape as one of the Sasagi Bottom Boys come out and play snappy banjo music, which, as everyone knows, is chase music.
Of course.
It's about time that them Chicago boys get away.
Oh, crit.
Oh no, the bridge is out. Guess we'll have to jump. Sorry, Dante, I beat you to it.
That's alright. You know I slid across the hood and then jumped through the window anyway.
Well, you're invisible, so I guess you're just walking back to town.
No, I was in the truck.
Yeah, you just calmly got in the truck and no one noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys will drive back to town. Congratulations, you have solved the mystery of the mine.
Woohoo!
Which, yeah, so gathering up the information, I think by now you guys figured out that drilling into a side passage that was blocked up 50 years ago, I can't think of any reason why this would be bad.
The dwarves delve too deeply.
But now I have more questions.
Right, so we went off the story a little bit. Once again, I like to use guys and you. So this is going to go ahead and end the adventure. As a reward for solving the mystery, I'm going to give all of you local knowledge of what is this?
Cabot's Tour.
Cabot's Tour, that's right. You guys didn't interview Tully, who would have given you some big long legends of trolls in Scotland. Which, by the way, is also completely inaccurate, but hey.
I mean, we are in Michigan. It's like Scotland.
Each party is different. You guys have a lot of supernatural and a lot of sneaking action. So you guys get that. That's local knowledge. You can keep that or trade that in for 5 experience points.
I'm going to automatically trade mine in.
That's what I thought.
Trade mine in.
It's up to you.
Never coming back here, I see.
The rereading of the mottos. Well, there might be that might be more than one of these monsters. You don't know. Dante, what's your motto?
I always have a plan.
You definitely had a plan. That's a point for you. Martin, what's your motto?
I'll inspire the city with my deeds.
Well, when you get back and tell them you fought a monster for communism. That's a point for you. Zamek, what's your motto?
The sun will come out tomorrow.
It sure does, as you guys drive away in the night. So that's a point. And James, what's your motto?
There's got to be a logical explanation.
I like that you stopped and took pictures. By the way, you now have proof that the supernatural exists because you've got photos and the actual remains of the creature.
Clearly, you just made a statue, took some photographs, and then broke it.
I need to figure out a gift to give you, and I would like to give you the gift of increased career debunker. Does that make sense to you?
Kind of.
Or is there
that
something
sounds
else?
Fantastic. He's actually completed something really good for that.
Or do you think there'd be a gift that's more appropriate to this?
Oh no! I think it's good.
Because you did use a lot of the academics and stuff that went, and you did do a lot of questioning this episode. So
what do I do for increase? So what do I do?
So what's your debunker stat right now? What is it? D4, D6?
D8.
It turns into a D10.
Fantastic.
This is a gift. So as long as you keep this gift, it goes up by 1 size. You could also trade this in for 5 experience points later if you decide you don't want a D10 and debunker. But there you go. Boom. It's bigger and more, bigger dice. Woo. The other one would have been photography, which is a bonus 12, but I think you'd probably be happier with debunker.
Yeah, and I could just get photography later.
Or craft, which is a skill that rewards itself. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, no, that seems the most appropriate. I want to give you like a good reward because it's been a while, and debunker gives you a lot of skills that you use a lot. So, and you guys did a lot more investigation. Fun to play the locals. So everybody got 1 experience point telling me your mottos. Now we'll go ahead and have a debriefing. This was intended to be a one-shot adventure with a beginning, middle, and end. So what did you think?
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I
Me
definitely
too.
like the setup for it. I have more questions, and it feels like this would be a thing to come back to, but I imagine the adventure sort of ends with just this one monster, correct?
It is designed to be one and done. There is more stuff to discover, like maybe you might want to correspond with Tully, who knows a bit more about the monster. But to be honest, you guys had enough investigative skills. This is also one of my favorite things to do, which is to give you when I like to run an adventure, I like to have NPCs that know part of the picture but form their own opinions. So you have guys like Manny, who's convinced this is a cover up, and then you have the Pinkertons, who are or the Flinthearts in this case, who they don't know what's going on, but they don't care because they don't want you. Whatever
Right.
you guys are doing is not helping them.
Well,
And then, of course, there's the boss here who seemed like he knew what was going on and why they were digging deeper, and that's a interesting question there.
And in fact, that's funny because there's one thing we were talking about earlier was programmed events. You interrupted the programmed event schedule, which makes me very happy.
I
so
mean, you also have the red herring of the guy who had the wrong information.
Well, everyone has wrong information, but they all have something that's different about the puzzle. So,
Right.
I thought it was funny
Actually-
that the monster is physically resistant, and I'm waiting. Aren't you use pyrokinesis? No, I'm just gonna hit it with the biggest damn tree. Oh, well, that works too.
Well, pyrokinesis does 3 damage, so it would have resisted 2 and still taken 1 to have this.
Oh no, its resistance doesn't work against energy damage. But hitting it with the tree was the better answer.
That still worked out, man. He still was resistant to that immediately, which is also incredible. This is a very scary, tough monster.
That's a 7-point hit, which is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, yeah,
And then
that
also
can
that
flip
also that
cars.
became Super Saiyan. I became Super Saiyan, and he got hurt just by attacking me.
Well, I think it's funny that the 2 people who did absolutely no investigation at all wander up and just destroy the monster.
Well, true, but you got pictures of it and you got evidence of the supernatural, which is a lot more meaningful.
Oh yeah, no.
This
Yeah, to
if,
be
entire
honest,
one-
I figured you would just be the distraction here, and it kind of worked.
well,
Yeah.
I figured if James actually got stopped by the Pinkertons and they tried to take his camera, I would, from hiding, ledger domain, steal some of the film so that he would still get away with evidence.
Right. I mean, Zamek is muscle and Dante is sneaking, and also you guys did the show, which also went off well. You guys got paid, so good for that.
$50 up
And then I
front.
realized I apologized because I should have used spiritualism in the act to see if I could get a spirit to do some magical effect that should have
You
solved
can
that
get
problem.
spirits to steal things for you. The
Right.
spirits can afford.
So
No, you
Exactly,
should
so-
have. You should have come up with a stage act and not lent on magic. We're not supposed to be real magicians. We're supposed to be magicians.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. Here, hold on, I'm gonna climb up this fake rope while you do actual magic.
Yeah, no cheating.
Well, to be
what-
fair, my fake magic acts didn't get booed.
So, and as usual, ask a question: was there anything that happened mechanically that confused anyone? Was there like anyone thought a rule should work differently? I think we're all pretty much cool on the rules, right?
Yeah,
No,
I think everything
everything
that
worked
happened to
out.
be, I'm perfectly clear with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that's big with the monsters, like I said before, is a lot of monsters have a monstrous ability that gives an extra D12 to murder the afraid. So a common thing in the game is the monsters will try to scare you, and then whoever's afraid, that's who they'll target first because they get bonus dice on them. By hitting the monster with a tree, you made it tap its monstrous soak, which gets rid of that ability. So that's in the rules because that's the reason why it ate Manny, because it wants to eat people. They're delicious.
Poor Manny, I couldn't help him.
Well, and it hit Manny first, and Manny doesn't have any. Didn't
Doesn't
roll
have
very well.
anything.
The monster, as you can see, has a crap ton of scare the crap out of you skill. So that's on purpose, and so you were very effective. So okay, so everyone gets another point for participating in the debriefing. So that'd be 2 experience points plus the gift I gave.
I mean, you buried the real lead that this is where the Soggy Bottom boys are.
Yes.
Bring those in the act. Send
Who's
a
also-
telegram up to here to bring those boys down to Trakoga.
I think 23 is a little early for them because I think they're more Depression era.
I don't know. When did they flood that valley?
That's a good question.
I mean, they
Yeah, but,
obviously were
it's the-
Depression era, though, you're right.
but that style of music was probably around during this
I don't
time.
care about the
Oh.
style. I want the actual Soggy Bottom boys.
Anyway, yeah,
So I do have one question for you, Rafferty. So this is one of the one shots. Do you have others in the future?
I might have other one-shot adventures. Might.
All right. Well, feel free to share when you do, and we can plan around it.
All right. So, but yeah, this was a playtest adventure that we hope that you shouldn't listen to the stream if you don't want it spoiled.
Or
So-
listen to it and then run it for your friends because now you know how it works, and you're now cursed to do so.
I think you're new to this, Rafferty. You're supposed to give the spoiler warning at the front end of the episode, not at the end of the episode.
Yeah, way to go there, Orson Welles, War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Do they do that when they? I don't think the people when they
No,
stream
That's
like
the biggest. No, that's the
Doom of
biggest
War.
irony of the whole. That was the biggest irony. Like there were several moments where they stopped and said this was a dramatization, but since people used to just catch shows when it went on, they would miss it, and so all the hysteria was really just the people who weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
and just,
unfortunately, that's not going to be for another 14 years.
All right, so excellent. All right, well, that's it for me. So
All
thanks
right.
everybody for coming to listen. Once again, this was Urban Jungle and Occult Horror. You can get sanguinegames.com as well as finer gaming stores and some of the seedier ones.
All right. Thanks again, everyone, for coming, and we'll catch you all next.